Okay. Hi, guys. It's your faculty, Ranganathan SVN Kondala, continuing where we stopped in the last class about, we were discussing Indus Valley civilization. Now, I did give you a little introduction about Indus Valley civilization, what is the civilization's main features are, what are the earliest excavations of Indus Valley civilization, what are the features, etc. Now, we're going to continue. See, as I said in the previous class, the three most important contemporary civilizations of Indus Valley period are the Xing civilization of China, the Mesopotamian civilization on the banks of Euphrates River, and um, the civilization of Egypt, old civilization of Egypt on the banks of Nile River. Now, continuing with where we're discussing, so I've told you this where we stopped the last case was Indus Valley civilization is essentially a Bronze Age civilization excavated in 1920-21. The entire extent as of today approximately stands at 13 lakh square kilometers, and as said before, that's approximately 40% of India's size. India today stands at 32 lakh, approximately 32 lakh 87,000 square kilometers. Now, Indus Valley civilization is classified primarily, as I said, into three phases. The early phase going all the way from 3300 BC to 2600 BC. Now, remember this period, this phase, this era goes altering from book to book. Now, if you go from Tamil Nadu NCRT book to R.S. Sharma and Romila Thapa, so depends on which particular book you're going. So there is no issue with the error. I mean, it could be 3300, it could be 3600, no problem. Now, the early phase was followed by the mature phase between 2600 BC to 1900 BC. They were then followed by late phase, which is 1900 BC to approximately 1300 BC. Now, as I said previously in one of the videos, I said is most of the civilization that we actually have excavated today about Indus Valley civilization is from the mature phase. Rangapur and Rojdi were settlements of the late phase of Indus Valley civilization. Lothal, Banwali, Kalibangan, Rangpur, are all Dholaviral. These are all important Indian sites of Indus Valley civilization. The sites of mature phase or the peak phase are comparatively less. They are limited, and the total extent of Indus Valley civilization goes from east to west approximately 1600 kilometers, and from north to south goes approximately 1400 kilometers. And since 80% of Indus Valley civilization tends to fall in the previous ancient Saraswati River, we believe, I mean, that's what historians believe Indus Valley civilization and even call it as Saraswati civilization. They call it Saraswati civilization now. Indus Saraswati civilization is another name given to Indus Valley civilization. Now, if you compare by modern terms, approximately Indus Valley civilization is almost the size of present day Bolivia, nearly two times the size of Spain, and hugely bigger than the present day territory of Liechtenstein. So it's a big geographical region. Now, a unique distinctive feature of Indus Valley civilization itself is its urban planning. And some of the important dimensions of modern day urban planning are also actually looks like they're inspired from Indus Valley civilization. In general, most of the Indus cities have an eastern low platform and a western high mount. They generally tend to have a eastern low platform and a western high mount. So east and the west, generally two parts. And another common feature we see is a fortification. Indus Valley settlements do tend to show the feature of regular and consistent fortification. At their peak, historians believe Indus Valley civilization was nearly 5 million at their peak capacity at a time when Mesopotamians, their contemporary civilization, was merely just 1 million. The Egyptian civilization, whose population was nearly just 2 million, and even the Chinese on the Huanghe River had approximately 3.5 million. And unanimously, Indus settlements are dank river valleys, that is, settlements on either both the sides, both sides of a river. So these are called dank river valleys or dank river settlements settled on both sides of a river. Now, majority of these settlements you observe in Indus and the modern day Ghagar Hakra territory. Now, pictographically, this is actually what it looks like, the Ghagar Hakra region territory. And most in when we see the urban planning features, will actually be shocked to see that most of the Indus Valley people were actually interested in plumbing, drainage, hygiene, whereas the contemporary civilizations of Mesopotamia, Chinese, and Egyptians show specific interest towards wars and weapons and attacks. Okay, now Indus Valley settlements have extensively burnt or mud brick and stones, and they also have a very efficient drainage and sewer systems that we observe. And general planning, if we observe, is all the constructions go directly from north to south, and almost every western half or western part of the settlement has an upper portion with fortified with proper fortifications. And historians like Sir Mortimer Wheeler, John Marshall believe that this might be actually because the western high mounds were a kind of ruling class. Shayad se ruling class, western high mounds. Now, some of the important cities and their important significant features, very important for your prelims, is Dholavira, a settlement in Gujarat, shows the signboards, three citadels with a very improved inner enclosure. Sukta, Lothal, and Balakot has coastal cities and port towns. Surkatoda has horse bones. Kalibangan shows evidence of plowed field, bones of camel, rectangular graves. Even, I mean, the beauty is in Kalibangan, we do not see the regular standard baked bricks or the drainage systems. Lothal has six sections in the city. The city of Lothal in India also has an artificial dockyard. Currently, we have sent Lothal as a prospective list for UNESCO World Heritage site, and entry of the main street instead of lateral entry that was common. I mean, in Indus Valley, most houses do not open into the main street; they actually open into the side lanes, and but that changes in Indus Valley civilization. And also, sorry guys, pottery, designed pottery depicting thirsty crow have been visible in Indus Valley civilization. Lothal and Rangpur even show evidence of rice husk. Typical Indus settlement looks like this. When we see the town planning feature, in fact, it's actually the town planning which makes Indus Valley the most remarkable constructions and remarkable civilizations of this period. As such, we have nearly 1,450 plus settlements in Indus Valley civilizations, a total 13 lakh square kilometers. And across these, we see a very similar layout system with western high mount and eastern low cities. Like this, cities have west high mounts with constructions and citadels, and east is flat cities in the east. Now, citadels on the high mount are most probably for religious or governmental purposes. That's what we probably think, because these citadels or these large citadel means large constructions or pillared halls. These have polished finish, which might be required only for These are religious activities or governmental activities, and cities are also on well established grid plans, and streets of Indus Valley are always in cardinal directions, east to west, north to south, and they have an incremental settlement plan. Now, as I said in one of the previous videos as well, as we enter the Indus cities, we have to enter in the east. Now, as we enter from east to west, as you go, the settlement pattern changes. It goes from, like east has very small houses, and as we go away from east to west, the size of the house keeps increasing, and increasing. The working class always lives in the lower town. That's very evident based on the houses, and each city also shows a symbolic feature of walled sectors of mounds. Probably people of the same class or same working style may have lived at one places. Now, town planning, as I said, the most beautiful part of Indus Valley town planning is west has high mounds and east has low platforms. And common material used in Indus Valley is baked bricks. In Gujarat and Saurashtra, we see the usage of stone as well. There are three types of buildings, guys. Private houses, where we had single and multi rooms with wells. Most private houses have their own attached wells. Very well tiled floors and flat terraces. No patio. Patio means like this. So no patio roofs in Indus Valley civilization. Now all the bath areas are layered. They are also tiled very clearly, mainly to avoid sort of water damage to the floor. There are some evidences of even two-storied houses with toilets even at second floor. Now that's remarkably bigger achievement for a civilization of 3300 BC. Some houses are large houses. There are also public structures like great bath or granaries. Granaries means basically store houses. Storehouses. Now almost all Indus streets are straight. They are on grid plan, that is 90-degree cutting intersecting at 90 degrees, and rectangular pattern constructions. And Indus does show evidence of underground drainage pattern or even covered drainage, and almost all houses in Indus Valley civilization are well connected to drain patterns and drain canals. Now, this is what actually I mean by a grid plan structure. Now, you can see how the grid roads are cutting at 90 degrees with east, west, north, south, and this is what sectional compartments. And if you see, houses are very small in the east. As we go towards the west, the size of the house is increasing. And also, you observe all these block housing. These are all similar type buildings, Now here, similar type buildings, So again, walled sections of the city. This is what we mean. And these are typical example of flat terrace and house having its own well in Indus Valley. We do observe a lot of fortification in Indus Valley civilization. The purpose of fortification definitely looks like is to avoid from natural calamities, primarily flooding. See, Indus and most of its settlements were on the river banks, and that to Himalayan river banks, which are prone to extensive amount of flooding. That's why they do become victims of it. Okay, now that's some important features of Indus Valley's urban planning. Let us continue in the next video more of this. Do subscribe to this channel, like the bell icon, and you can always follow me on Telegram. Join a Telegram group plus students. Just go to Telegram, in the search bar just put plus students and you can join me there. Any doubts, any material that you need, any doubts you have about this video, about Indus Valley civilization, you need MCQs, etc., you can always follow me. Also, you can download the app Civils Plus IAS for all the material, content and access from iPhone, from iStore or from the Android store. That's it in this video, guys. I'll see you in the next video next time. Thank you. You have a nice day. Bye bye.